Hey everybody! So for today's video I have this awesome 3/5 discrete timer kit from Evil Mad Scientist. This is a blown up version of the tiny 555 integrated circuit but from a transistor scale, and it is fully functional as a through-hole solder kit. So today I'm going to assemble this. I ordered this kit on Adafruit, and the box includes all of the small components, resistors and transistors, along with the main baseboard and these pretty cool looking feet to make it look like a giant integrated circuit. Finally, this isn't the only thing that Evil Mad Scientist makes as far as kits. They also have a surface mount version, or SMD version, of this exact same kit. Maybe I'll get my hands on that and make a soldering video. It's a much more difficult process to solder surface mount than through hole, at least by hand. So now let's take a look at what's inside the box. So we'll slide this sleeve off here real quick and flip open to find some printed assembly instructions, our main baseboard, plenty of transistors here, screw terminals for the different pin posts, and those really cool artificial chip legs. Awesome. So let's get this box out of the way and move this temporarily and see what we got here. So we got some chips, legs, screw terminals, and this looks like the bag of parts. All right. Now, according to the instructions, we've got 13 of each different type of transistor, 2N3904 and 2N3906. The IC legs, we have 4.7K resistors, and then looks like some additional resistor wallets. Our thumb screws, 6 in gray, 1 in red, and 1 in black, and some mounting screws for those IC legs. Now, what does it say that we need to assemble this? First off, a soldering iron, check. Next, we need some rosin core, check. Some flush cutters, check. And it looks like I'll need a screwdriver, so I'll just go grab that a little bit later. This has some really good visual instructions on how to properly do through-hole soldering, as far as inserting, setting the leg so that it holds the resistor in place, applying the solder, and then finally clipping it clean. So this is some good stuff. On the back of the instructions, we have our locations for our different resistors. It looks like we have a variety of resistors, so we will be having to reference this to determine which colors are going to add up to the resistor values and where their locations are going to be marked on the board. Same thing for transistors. We'll go ahead and follow all the information listed out here for the two different types of transistors used and their footprint locations. Finally, we'll follow the instructions to get those feet on and all the different terminal posts, and we may be able to test. So I'll see if I can get some different wires, and I'll see if I can get some different components to test this, maybe in a different video. For now, maybe in a different video. For now, I will do the assembly. So, great instructions. Let's go ahead and open up the parts. So, bag is sealed. All right. It's that tough plastic. There we go. Now, inside. Oh, wow. This is much thicker than a standard 1.6 millimeter FR4 board. It's got some weight to it. And then we have our resistor book. Let's take a look at that. Oh, they even indicate all of the different values already, but we can still see the colors and reference the handy chart. Next, we have our transistors already labeled for us of each of the different types that we'll be using. And then finally, the additional resistors as indicated 4.7. So this is those 7 pieces. Looks great. So next, let's go ahead and start identifying our pads to install these on. Each pad has a very clear indicator of its identifier and value. So we'll use this to match up where everything is expected to go. Now just a quick cleanup to keep our space nice and organized. So we have these parts for reference here. Additional resistors here. Our transistors. These legs we won't need until the end, so we can put this off to the side. And our instructions I'll keep just kind of out of view, but we will eventually be referencing those. Since this board is a little bit bigger than I expected, I'll go ahead and bring in my soldering board mount. This is going to help us keep the board still and at an angle that I could use to solder the back while parts are being placed and then the pins are put at an angle to help hold them. At this point, we can make sure that all our tools are ready to go and we can begin. Now, I use my right hand solder, so we'll go ahead and just orient this so that I can easily solder the right way. Something cool about these TS100s is that they do have a sensor to determine orientation, and the screen will automatically flip in your direction. To turn it on, we press the left button, and already we're heating up. I realized I wasn't recording when I placed all of these transistors. Now that this board is complete with all of the resistors and transistors soldered in place, we gotta finish up by adding the legs with these terminal mount points here, and we'll get it put onto the back of the board. In a future video, I will hook this up to an actual breadboard to see if it functions like as expected of a real 555 timer chip. All right, let's put the feed on. And just like that, I am now complete with the Evil Mad Scientist 3.5 Discrete 555 timer kit. This thing was a lot of fun to put together with these different resistors and transistors. The assembly was pretty straightforward and the documentation was great. So please be sure to check out Adafruit and Evil Mad Scientists for more kits like this online. And with that, make another video soon here with it on a breadboard. Have a great day.